What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. We're fresh off the Houston Texans defense absolutely mollywhopping the Buffalo Bills. And I've known this for several weeks now, but this was just the icing on the cake for me. That defense is so easily the best in the league. They are so good at every level of the field. And they have studs everywhere. To where, I think the next closest defense is probably the Broncos. And the Broncos have a great defense, really good pass rush. That's where they really lay their hat. And obviously you have Pat Surtain back there. But the Texans, there ain't a weakness, man. There is not a spot in that defense that you can say, I'm going there and I'm going to eat. They cook you up every which way they want to. The pressure, the pass coverage, they're sticky. People just don't get open. There's a lot of coverage sacks. And there's also that sack rate quarterback had about 0.7 seconds before he was in the turf. I want to talk about them because overall, ranks-wise and players-wise, they have the complete package. Ranks-wise, they're number one in points per game. I think it's 16-point-something points a game. Anytime your defense is holding teams under 20 every week, you've got a shot. You've absolutely got a shot. That's the identity of the Texans, is that we are going to be a just powerhouse of a defense, and we're going to hope that the offense can do just enough to get us over the hump when we need to. They're number 2 in yards per play. That's important because obviously you want to keep teams behind the sticks. You want to keep teams in third and long, not third and manageable, right? So being number 2 in yards per play is a big deal. And the other big thing, can your defense get off the field? They are number 3 in third down conversion percentage, meaning I think there's only 2 other teams. I can't remember which ones were, but 2 other teams are better than them at getting off the field on third down. Now, being top 3 in that category, phenomenal. Number 4 in rush yards per game. James Cook had 1 home run against him, and it was a great run. Great patience, great cutback, took off, housed it. And it was probably a bad angle by the safety. But still, outside of that 45-yard run, the Bills really could not find any room to move around. And it's the same story that every other team has ran into when they played the Texans. They're number 2 in yards per pass. Obviously, when you're number 1 in yards per game, you're probably going to be pretty high in these metrics. But number 2 in yards per pass just shows how good the secondary is along with the pass rush, making it hard to complete passes on time. Number 5 in sack percentage. Now, you would not think they were number 5 in that after watching what they did to the Bills, where Josh Allen, who hasn't been sacked more than 5 times in a game in probably 5 years, got sacked 8 times and was running for his life. Running in circles, and you could just tell they had the Bills completely flustered with everything that they were doing. They are number 2 in takeaways as well. So they are forcing fumbles. They are creating picks. They are basically that defense that swarms you. That's probably the best way to define them. They swarm you. Every once in a while, you get that Will Anderson or Danielle Hunter just monster play out of them. But every time the Texans are on defense, anytime somebody gets the ball, there are 3 and 4 and 5 guys there to try to bring them down. And the windows are so tight, it's like you're getting suffocated when you play against them. Like I said, I would say Denver's probably number 2. That's just my honest opinion. But I do think there is a good enough gap to where the Texans are clearing away the number 1 defense in the league. And ultimately, rankings matter, right? That shows kind of how you stand up compared to everybody. But the talent on this, there's a reason they have these rankings. The talent they have on this defense, I'm going to list off probably 10 guys or close to it that are fucking elite at what they do. Will Anderson, before the season, that was my pick for Defensive Player of the Year. If there is maybe 2 defensive pass rushers that I would take ahead of him, Myles Garrett and maybe Micah Parsons. I'm at that point, and we know Micah is insane. That's the conversation that Will Anderson is in now. Is not, is he top 5? It's where is he in the top 5? It's not, is he there? It's he's there. Where though? For me, he's probably 3. I don't think there's any other pass rushers that I would take ahead of him. If you have a different guy, by all means, let me know in the comments. Obviously, you're gonna have the TJ Watts and the guys of those worlds, but Will Anderson, the age, the skill, the speed, the power, the moves, just full-fledged top-tier player. Trading up for him is one of the best decisions the Texans have ever made. Danielle Hunter, monster. Man looks like he was born in a fucking lab. Okay? That guy, and Opposite Will Anderson, there's not a better 1-2 punch in the league on the pass rushes. Sorry, doesn't exist. Danico Autry finally got back and he's healthy. He's made an immediate impact. I think he's already had a couple blocked field goals. He's had, I think he had a sack. He's stuffing the run game. He's been awesome. Even like Sheldon Rankins, who was a castaway from the Bengals, has just been really damn good in his opportunities. So having those guys in the middle to kind of clog things up a little bit, fire. Azeez Al-Shaair. A lot of people will call him dirty. I will say that. A lot of people will call him that. I think he is one of the most physical players in the entire NFL. I don't think he genuinely means to hurt people. I really don't think he does. I think he's just chaos. That is a guy that is pretty much, him and Will Anderson are probably the leaders of this defense, but he's kind of the captain of like, this is how we're putting this puzzle together. I love how he plays sideline to sideline, will hit you as hard as he can in the gap. And there's just no fear in that guy. And I think that's another great way to describe the Texans, is there is no fear in that defense anywhere. Nobody's playing scared. Everybody's playing at the most confidence they could be playing at. Then we get to the secondary, right? Derek Stingley. That is at minimum the second best cornerback in football. He's played a lot of the season with a core injury, but you couldn't tell. He's had 4 games this season holding whoever he matched up to less than 10 yards. Less than 10 yards allowed in 4 games already, and we're, 12 weeks into the season? That's insane. 30% of the games, you can basically say that whoever he's covering is not getting the ball. Is not going to do anything when he gets the ball. There's, like, Patrick Surtain, last season, he had 5 games with that. And we know PS2, amazing. Stingley is right there doing the exact same thing with more games left. So I think there should be a real conversation where he lies in the Defensive Player of the Year voting. Same with Will Anderson. Same with Micah and Myles Garrett, of course, because Myles has been amazing. But there should be some real conversation for him. Kalen Bullock, ball hawk. Ball hawk. You do not throw it near that guy. It's getting picked. And what is it? The game against the Bills, he creates 3 turnovers. Whatever that was, the man is just a playmaker back there. And the other crazy part about this is all these dudes I'm about to tell you are young, like 25 and under type of young. I can't remember Stingley's age, but Stingley, Kalen Bullock, Kamari Lassiter, I think is in his 2nd year. Who was it? Jalen Reed just finally got like snaps for pretty much the first time all season, and he has 12 tackles against the Bills. So when you look at like that, and then Jalen Petrie, I think he's probably 26, 27 at this point. But that man can play anywhere. You can put him in the slot. You can put him outside. You can put him at the top as a single high safety. You can do a lot with Petrie. So when you have Petrie, Bullock, Lassiter, Stingley, that is the best secondary in football. And it's really not even that close. And Jalen Reed, we'll see how he comes along. There's not enough real footage on him to figure out how good he is as a rookie. But first game, having 12 tackles. Granted, you probably don't want a corner to have 12 tackles, but ultimately, he's making plays out there, right? He's wrapping things up and he's not letting things turn to 30 and 40 yard gains. So we're Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, Danico Autry, Sheldon Rankins, Azeez Al-Shaair, Derek Stingley, Kalen Bullock, Kamari Lassiter, Jalen Petrie, and if Jalen Reed becomes something, they've got guys like Jimmy Ward and stuff like that behind him. Whew. It's just all gas, no brakes with this defense. There is, like I said, Broncos are a clear number 2 to me. Nobody's close. I just do not feel that this is close. That defense has made life hard for literally everyone they've played. And they're going to have a chance every week. Every week, because that defense is going to keep them in games. They gave up 9 points. Or what was it? No, 12 points, to the Bills' offense. There was 6 or 7 that were generated off of the kickoff return that turned into a TD. But outside of that, if you hold Josh Allen's team to 12 points offensively, that is a major statement made. So I'm really just in love with this. DeMeco Ryans knows defense. And I thought it was an interesting note, because I didn't know this about them, where he let the defensive coordinator start calling the plays out about week 4 or week 5, whatever it was. And as a guy like him who was a captain of a defense for a lot of years and has proven that he can call plays and coach an elite defense, to be selfless, to say, you know what, I need to focus on other parts of the game. I trust my defense. I trust this coordinator. Let's see what they can do, and let me see if I can help the offense, see if I can help other things. That's a key of a great coach, when they can accept that maybe I'm not everything I need to be right now for this team. Maybe I need to move some things around. So I think D'Amico does an awesome job. And I absolutely love this defense. There's not a weakness anywhere in it. They're fun. They're fast. They're all gas, no brakes. They're going to hit you in the face. They've got it all. There's nothing wrong with this Texans defense. And they're putting together this damn good of a unit. Their front office should be very proud of that. So I think they'll make the playoffs. I think this defense is going to carry them in there. And if the offense continues, because the offense has been trending positively, if the offense gets over the hurdle, they're going to be really, really hard to beat in the playoffs, if things pan out the way they want them to. So, yeah, that's all I got. Where do you rank the Texans defense in the NFL? Let me know your favorite players on the defense. Like, who's some guys that you, maybe I somebody I didn't name, right? Maybe I missed somebody. But, yeah, let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please like the video. I appreciate you for watching. I'm done. Peace.